It was Ayaka. I forgot that I unlocked Ayaka. I think it was because I got 5 curses and I completely forgot about it, but we're still looking for other achievements like defeating the Dream Devourer, or running into 3 dream enemies, or getting 2 sources of light, you know, third eye, glass eye, 3 books. Really? 3 books? I thought I did that. Anywho, we'll see what we can do. Shop for items 10 times, that's gonna be a certain other character. But as for Ayaka, Ayaka can certainly do some of the achievements and survive, so let's not hit quick play. I should have actually, you know what, I'm actually going to hit quick play to randomize what we're going to play as Ayaka, and boy, this chair is really, I swear, anywho. Let's hit quick play and see what we can get. Zektask Cult All Perks random item. Well, that's not going to be as fun as an Ayaka run. That's certainly, actually, if we're going to be playing as Ayaka, I'm going to override that and turn it into a... I think it was a cult run? I can't remember. Please, I swear it's not... That's Yumiko. That is not Ayaka. And we will move on. Random item stats, though, I will set that, but I will leave Ayaka perks on because we want to go over Ayaka stuff. Although, all perks Ayaka, I will show you one day. Also, we did unlock Zektask, apparently, so... As we get into Zektask Cult character exclusive random item Ayaka. Yeah, Zektask Ayaka is a bit of a tricky one. It cannot be as fun depending on the perks you get, but Ayaka does have about 63 Doom to work with before she really has to worry. As we see Strength, Dexterity, Second Mystery, Light, Second Encounter, and maybe Knowledge. But the important part is that if you are on a character-specific perk run, meaning you can play with Ayaka's perks, you can become Omega Ayaka. And if you're on an all-perks run, pray you get Fast Swimmer, Core Strength, Adrenaline, and any other good perk. Those are the 3 that come off the top of my head. And lo and behold, 2 of them are action speed perks. But anywho, which is another reason why Ayaka has an all-in-one perk that does action speed and damage. And then she has other ones for stats as well. But we did not get Third Eye, unfortunately. And because we're on Harbinger, I usually just sell these immediately, because on Cultist, you start with 4 funds. Harbinger, you start with nothing. So we'll go with the which outfit? Anywho. WITCH. I see Metamorphosis already. Is that Ward 2? Cool. Bulletin, Arms, and Kana. So let's just grab Kana first then. As we get brain damage and a thing. Hallucinations. So now our Doom threshold is at 42%, but I did not set the History Club, so I just regret my own actions. Gosh dang it. Well, the Onyx Medallion triggers off your inventory anyway, I think, so I feel 75% sure because Ayaka for me is a very... my opinion is not as high as her. Also, with her, I realize I did enable Illegal Den, but I don't want to destroy my Doom immediately. I can do a full ward as well, so let's go Hardware Shop instead and hope. Okay, that's a pretty good Monkey Wrench. Our Perception's at 2 anyway, we might as well put Strength at 2 and we'll move on. Again, if we don't unlock an achievement this turn, let me at least get back into the groove of playing as Ayaka, as I forgot that Ayaka also has a base luck of 3. As opposed to a certain other character that starts with low stats, that has a luck of 6. Miku as well can also be included in that, but among the 3 characters who start with relatively low stats, Ayaka is the only probably base character that starts with less luck. Like less luck and not more luck. I think only one character can have more luck, but that's less that character. It's Yumiko. Yumiko's bat gives 2 luck, but anywho. We have to take this risk, by the way, because we don't want Doom to increase anymore, if possible. Although, to counteract that, we need to level up ASAP. But if we end up dying, well, hey. We end up dying. Also, I should have enabled... Well, 1, we should not have been on Zektask, and 2, I should have enabled the History Club. The History Club is a pretty important location to Ayaka to immediately start getting benefits from your curses. Otherwise, you have to wait for level ups, and sometimes you can't wait for level ups, like Zektask. Alternatively, I could get rid of this Monkey Wrench and then increase Perception, but that's a whole other problem. So I took that one because you're guaranteed to get funds no matter what there. If you fail, you get 1 fund. If you succeed, you get 2, or is it 3? I can't remember. Anywho. We are slowly dying here, by the way. And I did not enable Monument for whatever reason, so We have to live with the doom we get, and we probably won't be able to level up, so this might be just a quick run. Either that, or I'm going to do another run just out of spite of this run, because, boy, grabbing a weapon was not the smartest decision, but it was a more consistent one. Because I didn't, especially with the monkey wrench, lowering my strength by 1 was not a smart decision. If I get Eldritch Possession, I'm good, but the problem is I want Blood Mania instead. I don't think I get a choice, though. So for that, I also didn't visit the police station, so we're going to be Metamorphosis now, and then we immediately died, if you didn't see, really quickly. Maybe Future Jordan will put this on screen. I got another stack of brain damage, which probably put my knowledge to 0, which sets my doom to 100, which kills me. So, you know what? We are doing another one. That wasn't fair, because that was Zektas. Zektas is pretty wonky for a lot of characters, so let's remember Kathak, Colt, and character. Yeah, let me just move on. Kathak, Colt, and a thing. I hate my luck as Ayaka, by the way. You realize that was really only because I got unlucky drawing another brain damage, right? I'm pretty sure it was. So let's go into a more normal Kathak. Actually, the first god you get, as we get Kathak, Colt, character exclusive Ayaka. I feel like, well, yeah, Zektas removed 1 knowledge, and then I had 2 brain damage. Now, at this point, you could say, Jordan, you should have removed the brain damage with your Onyx Medallion, but then I counter, what were the odds of me getting brain damage, by the way? And I just leave it at that. Now, at that point, I was still taking a risk, so all things considered, I should have gotten rid of that curse, but anywho. Second mystery, Takshisan Light. I can hear my voice getting weirder because it's that season for me. Knowledge, Dexterity, and maybe Charisma. But all I really care about is that I'm losing 6 stamina and 2 reason, definitely 5 reason if I have the 6th floor. Or definitely 3 reason. I'm going crazy. Let's actually set this to the History Club. And if things work well, we should be doing this. Though, you do need to learn what to do as a task if you quote-unquote main Ayaka. Which really, really confuses me, because some people are like, well, see, World of 4 is easy. You just do the same thing. As a task throws that out the window. you really want... But then at that point, people say, well, it's RNG. And at that point, it's like, well, welcome to a lot of other games like this, question mark? Old gods forbid if it's an action roguelike, because now you're taking a lot of... you're using a very different skill that, is a lot different than if you're working a strategy, and vice versa, right? If you go from an action to a strategy, the conceptual mechanics that you bring to both games is a lot different. So there's a difficulty hike in both. Let's actually look here, because I would like something to help me in battle, at least for, well, that too, but this doom is worth it, basically. Now, if we don't see Blood Mania, we will take Eldritch Possession. And at this point, this is probably something that is, well, you can rightfully complain about. I wouldn't agree with it, where you have a consistent strat, and if that one consistent strat doesn't work, you just go, oh, see, well, it's RNG. And at that point, I'm like, well, I guess, but at the same time, you get the point. You get where I'm trying to go with this, right? It's... While that is true, that doesn't mean that you're right, at least in this case, because World of War does allow you more than a few ways out. Now, some of them still may be RNG, I'll grant that much, but again, I'll let you, the viewer, decide on that topic, because some people do feel, and rightfully so, that way about certain situations. In this one, I don't. So what I meant specifically, let me be more exact, because I can autopilot once I have Blood Mania, is that... Oh, I want a police station, hold on. School. So, what I mean by that specifically is that, so, say your main strategy with Ayaka, and the only one you do, is to, once you unlock History Club, check the History Club for Blood Mania, and then just stay there until you get it. And say that it takes you 10 rerolls, and then you get Blood Mania from the History Club, which puts you at 25 Doom. I think Ayaka's cost 5% more Doom. So, at that point, you might complain, well, see, that run RNG was just bad, but again, I feel like that's not a really, that's definitely not the strongest argument, I feel, but you, the viewer, can decide. But you have other ways out anyway. You don't have to take Blood Mania first. And while that can be RNG, because like I said, then you're not strong as you could be, so when you run into an encounter, you just kind of die, usually. Not usually. Sometimes you do. But you do have the option to escape, but if you're on a attack run, obviously, that's not the case. But, again, the more counter-argument to that is, you know, figuring out another way around the situation. Now, the ammunition that gets fired back is, well, I know how these situations are going to play out, and so I know I'm gonna die here, so what's the point? What's the point? But at that point, I don't really agree with that, because people like to use that point, and oftentimes, not every time, if someone experienced is actually, you know, playing and whatnot, as I get 2 hallucinations here, let's actually get rid of one. It's not really true, and even in some cases, I might make some assertions here and there, but usually I add the asterisk that I might not be, you know, what I'm saying is definitely not true. Like, maybe I do get 2 hallucinations next mystery and I go, well, see, now, you know, with someone with actual bad RNG, would I make that argument? So maybe that's not true. Maybe someone will one day go through a lot of my videos and say, well, Jordan, you're not actually as unlucky as you think. And so, again, you don't have the person... A lot of people who speak... Again, it's unfortunate that we never see their gameplay, because we won't know if they're telling the truth or not. Now, there are a few individuals, at least, at the bare minimum, but a handful of people who are speaking facts. But again, just because you're speaking fact doesn't also mean it's true, because we live in a subjective world and not an objective one. What I mean by that is someone's going to miss all 3 of these kicks I'm doing right now, and another person's going to hit 6 of these kicks among 2 different encounters and be perfectly fine. And even when I say that, I do include things like this, where I have a 90-90-90 here, and I miss, you know, 1 of the 3 that I need to get out of this without losing any stamina damage, but someone else always hits them, so... We live in a subjective world, though theoretical probability does exist. I should have used Ghostly Spear if I really wanted to get out of that, but hey. Had a cough for a moment, but... I need a rest here, otherwise I might die to this high threat level school. And we're on Katak, but hey, the extra hallucination, so even there, as I did lose 2 stamina there, and I just realized I'm on Akamanto, so I think I die here for this, because I wasn't paying attention to my stamina. But anywho, yep, this is unfortunate. I didn't think I was going to lose 2 stamina on my last encounter. So this is where I might assert, hey, you just have real bad luck and now you die. But at the same time, the counterplay here is to rest more than I needed to. This is why... Let me rant for a moment, because I'm about to die here. Actually, let me just make sure I die here. Yeah, I die here. So a lot of people might be wondering, because I haven't seen a lot of comments on it yet, Jordan, why do you always like to rest up to 5 or 7 stamina? You know, you're not usually... Well, if I rested up to 5, I'd still be dead here, but why do you rest so much, or try to recover so much HP? I didn't used to do this, what you're seeing on screen. I just decided to do so because, you know, I watch a lot of other people do this, and I'm like, boy, what happens if you would have, you know, failed that check or ran to this event? But there's a low chance that happens. So I decide, hey, I'm going to enter a location with 5 stamina, or 3 stamina, and I end up dying on 3 stamina due to penalties. Or I end up dying to 5 stamina, because I'm at the last investigation of Akamanto, and I go, well, what are the odds that I'm going to die to stamina here? Roll Venetian Society, lose 2 stamina, and then proceed into the last investigation, because there's no other way to heal stamina. Also, I had an empty bottle of water, so 5 stamina wouldn't have killed me, but again, you get the point I'm trying to make here. Because then I would have been able to handcuff Azayaka and get out, but... Maybe I would have missed 3 90% kicks in a row, who knows, but as I die here... We'll play another Icon run next video. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what I decide. Stay tuned into the next episode of Harbinger.